Today I'm going to share with you how to sing the song If the Savior Stood Beside Me using shadow boxes and little shadow puppets. So I'll go through the song and then kind of explain to you how to do it. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. If the Savior stood beside me, would I do the things I do? Would I think of his commandments and try harder to be true? Would I follow his example? Would I live more righteously if I could see the Savior standing nigh, watching over me? If the Savior stood beside me, would I say the things I say? Would my words be true and kind if he were never far away? Would I try to share the gospel? Would I speak more reverently if I could see the Savior standing nigh, watching over me? He is always near me, though I do not see him there. And because he loves me dearly, I am in his watchful care. So I'll be the kind of person that I know I'd like to be if I could see the Savior standing nigh, watching over me. Okay, that's it. So let me talk to you a little bit about how to do this. I created these little, well, I found pictures. I just looked up silhouettes. So if you don't like some of mine, you can look up different silhouettes online. I just type in silhouette and Jesus or whatever I was looking for. Then I printed the ones that are just black. You can see they're completely black on cardstock. And then I cut them out. And I took a little piece of tape. So you take a big piece of tape and you wrap it over the end of a skewer. I think if you found like what you would skewer meats and vegetables with when you're cooking, it might be a little better. These are huge, but they were all my husband could find, so we broke them in half. But I put you put a long piece of tape on the end with a little extra, so it's like a tab, and then you take another piece of tape and stick the tab down and tape it to it. Then what I did to make it easier on myself is I numbered them with pencils so that if I want to use them again, I can. And you can see on the back here, it says 1 and beginning. So I know that I'm going to use this one first. When you're taping, you want to pay attention to which way you're hoping to put it in, because that makes it a little bit easier. And these two, if the Savior stood beside me, gets repeated twice. So instead of throwing them down on the bottom like you may have seen me do the other ones, I put them on the top so I can easily pull them out, and that makes it a little bit easier. So you just start out, if the Savior stood beside me, and I kind of bring him closer and then make the little boy get excited that Jesus is beside him. And then it says, would I do the things I do? So this one was a little more tricky. You can see I added extra pieces of skewer just to give it a little more stability on the back, just because it's so big. And then when I do the things I do, they're fighting, so I kind of go back and forth. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I do have this file on my blog, which I'll share with this video so that you can just print them up and cut them out. And then it says, when I do the things I do, what I think of his commandments. Now you can see this one here, this Moses, he is just white with black. So I printed him on regular paper and he still seems to show up pretty well. But if you find the regular paper is a little flimsy, you can always add a little clear tape on the back as well to make him a little more solid. So what I think of his commandments, and try harder to be true. Let's see. Then it says what I follow. So we're gonna make the kids go first. What I follow his example, they're gonna follow Christ. Would I live more righteously? Again, he's one of those that I just printed on regular paper. You could potentially print all these on regular paper. I just like the stability of the cardstock for the other ones. It did take a little bit longer to cut out. I used mostly scissors to cut them out. And then if I needed to, I used an X-Acto knife. Okay, now we need 8, 9, 10. Let's see here. Well, I'll just go through some. Let's see, 18, 17. It might be somewhere in here. I'll just go through some more. Let's see. 16, 15, 14. Sorry, I didn't pause the video. 13, 12, 11. Okay, 10 and 9 is somewhere around here. Maybe he's here. No, he's 1 and 2. Okay, here we go. Okay, this one I really love. So if I could see, so he's pointing, if I could see the Savior standing nigh, and then they come together and kind of hold hands, watching over me. So that's another one because it says it 3 times that I would just stick up here so that it's ready for the next time I need it. Okay, then we go, back to the chorus, right? So that's this, if the Savior stood beside me, if the Savior stood beside me, then you say, and I put these two, I tried to put together, but they were kind of complicated to put together because they are 2 separate pieces. So I just kept them as separate pieces and I go, would I say, and then grab the other one, the things I say. So, because they're kind of yelling. You might not be able to see all the details on the video as close, but there's cute little details. Would I say the things I say? And then it says, would my words be true and kind? See, they're helping someone. If he were never far away, and you just kind of bring it closer. Most of them are the big. Here's another one that's not. Would, if he were never far away. Yep. Would I try to share the gospel? So we've got like a missionary. You could make him like walk back and forth if you want, like he's looking for people. Would I try to share the gospel? Would I speak more reverently? And then we say, if I could see the Savior, so he's going to point to him again, if I could see the Savior standing nigh, watching over me. And then we say, oh, where did my other little guy go? He's really cute. Okay, I must have put him over here. I'm not sure where I put him just now. Okay, this is tough stuff to do when you're all alone. Okay, this one is supposed to be another little boy. Let's see if I can find him real quick. And it says, oh, here he is. He got left behind. He is always near me. So they're 2 separate pieces. They actually are printed up like one piece, and I just cut his kind of hand out. I'll show you kind of what it looks like. I just cut his little hand out. See that little hand? So he is always near me, and then we kind of drop him, though I do not see him there. And because he loves me dearly, I am in his gentle care, or maybe it's watchful care. I might be singing the wrong word. And then, so I'll be the kind of person I know I'd like to be, almost like you're going up to heaven. And then we go back to, if I could see the Savior standing nigh. And this one's a little longer, so I kind of accentuate standing nigh, watching over me. You get to me at the very end. That just helps them to know to spread it out. So that's basically it. Like I said, I have the file. Under the file, it will say each line so you know how to do it. So when I was cutting this out, I just pulled up the document on my phone, cut it out, and then added all the numbers on the back. Again, there are some that repeat, so you just stick the ones that repeat on top. And then this is a shadow box. If you've never made it, it's super simple. You just take a big box. We cut out a hole in the front with like a box cutter. You want to leave a couple inches so the box doesn't like collapse on itself. We cut a hole in the side on both sides, so I could operate it from either side if I really wanted to. And then you stick a light in the back. My husband has one of these great giant utility lights, so we cut a hole for that as well. Then you just tape it up. We spray painted it black. I might add some like colors and stuff to it later, or like little pictures of Christ just for fun. But that's the idea. So hopefully that is helpful to you. I'm using it this week as we talk about the light of Christ and how we can be a light into others, which the song fits perfectly because we have that little missionary there who's trying to spread the gospel. Oh, and for the white part, you can use tissue paper, or we used parchment paper, and you can tape, or we kind of like stapled it a little bit and then hot glue gunned around it so it would stay secure. So the box is super easy. The hardest part is probably cutting out all these people. Now, when I sing it with the recording, it goes really fast. So I'll probably sing this a cappella or have my pianist just play it a little bit slower so I don't feel so rushed. You could also cut out some of these people if you don't want to do quite as many. And the last tip I will say is I stack them from biggest to smallest. So there are 18, and so I go like 18, 17, all the way to 1, so that I can just pick them up in order. Now, if you had someone else, like a husband or an extra primary leader, that's where that other hole could be super useful, because you could put in a piece as they're putting in a piece, but you probably want to practice it together before trying to do it in front of primary. Okay, I hope you found this helpful. Thanks. Bye.